Most people will spend their entire lives chasing success and never catch it. Not because they're lazy, not because they lack talent, but because they're running in circles while the top 1% are sprinting in straight lines with a map nobody showed them. Here's the brutal truth. 99% of people are following the same broken playbook, working harder, hoping for breaks, waiting for their moment. Meanwhile, the elite 1% are playing a completely different game with completely different rules. The gap between you and them isn't talent, it's strategy. 33 simple strategies that separate winners from everyone else. And one of them takes 5 minutes to implement, but will change everything. You're different. You wouldn't be here if you were content being average. You see other people winning, and you know you're capable of the same results. Maybe better, but something's missing. Some invisible advantage they have that you don't. That advantage isn't luck. It's not connections. It's not some secret society keeping you out. It's 33 precise strategies that high performers use every single day, while everyone else wastes time on noise. Top performers don't work harder than everyone else. They work differently. They've cracked a code that turns effort into exponential results. And today, that code becomes yours. Every strategy you're about to learn is battle-tested. Every single one works. But here's what matters. You don't need all 33 to outperform the 99%. You need 5, maybe 10, the right ones, applied consistently, starting today. The clock is ticking. Every day you wait is another day someone else is pulling ahead, using these exact strategies. Before we dive deeper, hit like and subscribe so you never miss our videos, and share this with someone who needs to see it. Strategy 1. Decide before the day decides for you. Winners don't react to their day. They architect it. Every night, map tomorrow's 3 non-negotiables. Not 10 tasks, 3. The ones that actually move the needle. Most people wake up and let urgency hijack their attention. You wake up knowing exactly what winning looks like before noon. Strategy 2. Kill decision fatigue before it kills your momentum. Steve Jobs wore the same outfit every day for a reason. Every decision drains your mental bandwidth. Automate the small stuff. Same breakfast, same workout time, same morning routine. Save your decision-making power for the battles that actually matter. Strategy 3. Implement the 2-minute rule immediately. If something takes less than 2 minutes, do it now, not later. Now, this single habit eliminates 90% of the clutter that bogs down mediocre performers. Email takes 30 seconds to reply. Handle it. Task takes 90 seconds. Crush it. Stop creating tiny debts that compound into massive friction. Strategy 4. Build your morning like a weapon. The first hour of your day determines the next 23. No phone, no email, no news, just you and your most important work. Your willpower peaks in the morning and depletes throughout the day. Champions attack their biggest challenges when they're sharpest. Losers scroll social media and wonder why they're always behind. Strategy 5. Master the power of strategic ignorance. You don't need to know everything. You need to know the right things. Top performers are ruthless about what information they consume. They ignore 90% of the noise and obsess over the 10% that creates results. Stop trying to stay informed about everything. Start getting dangerously good at what matters. But what if everything you've been taught about productivity is backwards? Strategy 6. Batch similar tasks into power blocks. Your brain hates switching contexts. Every time you jump from email to creative work to phone calls, you lose 15 minutes of focus just getting back in the zone. Group similar tasks together. Answer all emails in one block. Make all calls in another. Do all creative work in a dedicated window. This simple shift doubles your output without adding a single extra hour. Strategy 7. Use the Pareto principle like a scalpel. 80% of your results come from 20% of your efforts. Most people spread effort equally across everything. Winners identify the 20% that matters and go all in. Audit your last month. What activities produced actual results? What was just motion pretending to be progress? Cut the 80%. Double down on the 20. Strategy 8. Implement forcing functions that make success inevitable. Don't rely on motivation. Motivation is a liar. Build systems that make the right choice the easy choice. Want to work out consistently? Put your gym clothes next to your bed. Want to eat better? Throw out the junk food. Don't have it in your house. Make bad decisions harder and good decisions automatic. Strategy 9. Leverage the 10-minute rule to beat procrastination. Tell yourself you only have to work on the hard task for 10 minutes. That's it, 10 minutes. Then you can quit. 99% of the time, you won't quit. You'll keep going. Because starting is the hard part, momentum does the rest. This single trick destroys procrastination. Strategy 10. Schedule recovery like you schedule work. Rest isn't weakness, it's strategy. The top 1% understand that peak performance requires peak recovery. Book your downtime like you book meetings. Protect it, honor it. Your brain needs white space to process, integrate, and prepare for the next battle. Burnout isn't a badge of honor, it's a failure of planning. Here's the brutal truth. Most people watching this won't do any of these strategies. They'll nod along, feel inspired for 5 minutes, then go right back to their old patterns. Winners execute. Everyone else makes excuses. Strategy 11. Learn to say no like your life depends on it, because it does. Every yes to something unimportant is a no to something that matters. Successful people guard their time like it's their most valuable asset, because it is. Practice this sentence: no, I can't commit to that right now. No explanation needed, no apology required, just no. Strategy 12. Master the 5-minute networking move that changes everything. Here it is. After every meaningful conversation, send a 60-second voice message or quick video thanking them and highlighting one specific thing they said that resonated. Not email, voice, or video. This takes 5 minutes max. It builds deeper connections than 1,000 generic LinkedIn messages. People remember how you make them feel. Make them feel seen. Make them feel valued. Do this consistently and watch opportunities multiply. Strategy 13. Communicate in headlines, not paragraphs. Nobody has time for your 3-page emails. Get to the point in the first sentence. State what you need. Explain why it matters. Propose next steps. Done. The leaders you admire are drowning in communication. Respect their time by being brutally concise. This alone will put you in the top 5% of communicators. Strategy 14. Build a stop doing list that's longer than your to-do list. High performers aren't addicted to addition, they're obsessed with subtraction. What are you doing that doesn't need to be done? What meetings could be emails? What tasks could be delegated or deleted? Every quarter, audit your activities and cut 20%. Then cut another 20%. Keep cutting until only the essential remain. Strategy 15. Master the art of the strategic pause. Before responding to anything, especially difficult situations, pause. 3 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds. This micro delay creates massive advantages. It shifts you from reactive to responsive. It gives your brain time to choose wisdom over emotion. It signals confidence and control. Practice the pause. It's a superpower. This is exactly what's keeping you stuck right now. Not lack of knowledge, not lack of opportunity, lack of execution on the fundamentals that separate the 1% from everyone else. Strategy 16. Install mental circuit breakers for anxiety spirals. When your brain starts spinning worst-case scenarios, interrupt the pattern physically. Splash cold water on your face. Do 10 push-ups. Change your location. Your mind and body are connected. Shift your physiology, and your psychology follows. Don't fight anxious thoughts. Redirect them. Strategy 17. Practice preloaded decisions for high-stakes moments. Don't wait until you're emotional to decide how you'll respond to challenges. Decide now. What will you do when you fail? How will you respond to criticism? What's your comeback plan when things go wrong? Preload these decisions when you're calm and rational. Then when chaos hits, you execute the plan instead of making panicked choices. Strategy 18. Reframe failure as data collection. Every loss is a lesson wearing a disguise. Top performers don't fear failure. They mine it for intelligence. What went wrong? Why? What would you do differently? Turn every setback into a strategy session. This mindset shift alone puts you ahead of 99% who quit at the first obstacle. Strategy 19. Build an environment that makes discipline unnecessary. Your environment is stronger than your willpower. If you're surrounded by distractions, you'll get distracted. If you're surrounded by excellence, you'll level up. Audit your environment ruthlessly. Your phone, your workspace, your friends, your content diet. Does it support who you're becoming or who you used to be? Change your environment. Change your results. Strategy 20. Implement the 30-second celebration rule. Every win matters. Every single one. Did you finish the hard task? Celebrate for 30 seconds. Did you have the difficult conversation? Acknowledge it. Your brain needs positive reinforcement to build momentum. Most people only celebrate massive victories. Winners celebrate progress. Small wins compound into big wins. Recognize them. We've covered 20 strategies. You now have a framework that 99% of people will never implement. But here's where it gets tactical. The next 13 strategies are about execution at scale. This is where you go from knowing what works to becoming someone who consistently wins. Pay attention to this next section. It's crucial. Enough theory. Let's talk about exactly what to do in the next 24 hours. Strategy 21. Build a personal board of advisors. Find 3 to 5 people who are where you want to be, not mentors, advisors, people you can text when you're stuck, people who've solved the problems you're facing. Offer value first, help them, support them. Then when you need guidance, you have a brain trust instead of Google. Strategy 22. Double down on relationships that multiply your energy. Some people drain you. Some people multiply you. Audit your relationships. Who leaves you feeling inspired and capable? Who leaves you feeling exhausted and small? Spend more time with the multipliers. Distance yourself from the vampires. Your network determines your net worth. Choose carefully. Strategy 23. Practice radical transparency with your inner circle. Stop pretending you have it all figured out. The people closest to you can't help you if they don't know what you're struggling with. Share your challenges. Ask for help. Vulnerability isn't weakness, it's the foundation of real relationships that actually support your growth. Strategy 24. Send the 60-second appreciation message once a week. Pick someone who's made a difference in your life. Send them a quick message explaining specifically how they've helped you. This isn't networking. This is gratitude. It strengthens relationships. It makes people want to support you. It costs nothing. Do it weekly. Strategy 25. Join or create a weekly accountability group. Find 2 to 4 people at your level or slightly ahead. Meet weekly. Share goals. Report progress. Hold each other accountable. This simple structure creates social pressure that makes execution inevitable. You won't want to show up to the group having done nothing. Use that pressure as fuel. Strategy 26. Master the art of the strategic introduction. When you meet someone impressive, don't keep them to yourself. Introduce them to someone else in your network who could benefit from knowing them. This makes you a connector. Connectors become hubs. Hubs get opportunities. Make introductions generously. Watch your value skyrocket. The strategies that sound the simplest are the ones most people ignore, and that's exactly why they work. Strategy 27. Document your processes like you're teaching someone else. Every time you figure something out, write it down. Create a system. Build a playbook. Most people solve the same problems over and over because they never captured the solution. Document everything. Your future self will thank you. Strategy 28. Implement weekly reviews that most people skip. Every Sunday, spend 30 minutes reviewing the week. What worked? What didn't? What will you do differently next week? This simple practice creates a feedback loop that compounds into massive growth. Most people just keep doing the same things and wondering why results don't change. You'll actually learn and adapt. Strategy 29. Build redundancy into your critical systems. Never have a single point of failure. Back up your data. Have multiple income streams. Cultivate multiple skill sets. The top 1% doesn't put all their eggs in one basket. They build resilience into everything. When one path gets blocked, they have 3 others ready. Strategy 30. Create forcing functions for continuous learning. Don't wait to feel motivated to learn. Build it into your system. Listen to educational content during your commute. Read during your lunch break. Watch expert videos while you exercise. Make learning automatic instead of optional. Knowledge compounds faster than money. Want to know what the top 1% do differently? They don't just learn these strategies. They implement them before the motivation fades. Strategy 31. Adopt the 2-day rule for habit building. Never skip 2 days in a row. Miss 1 day? Fine. Life happens. But never miss 2. This rule prevents 1 missed day from becoming a failed habit. It's the difference between a temporary setback and permanent failure. 1 day isn't a pattern. 2 days isn't. Never miss twice. Strategy 32. Schedule your annual planning session like a board meeting. Block 3 hours once a year. Review the last 12 months. Plan the next 12. Set clear targets. Identify obstacles. Build continuous contingency plans. Most people drift through life reacting to circumstances. You'll navigate with intention. This 3-hour investment produces clarity worth millions. Strategy 33. Implement the daily power hour that changes everything. 1 hour, every single day, no exceptions. This is your hour for the work that matters most. Your big project, your skill development, your strategic thinking. Not email, not meetings, not busy work. Your power hour is sacred. Protect it like your life depends on it. Because your future does. The difference between you and the 1% isn't talent. It's this: they execute these strategies while everyone else just reads about them. Here's what most people miss. These 33 strategies aren't a menu where you pick your favorites. They're a system. Each one amplifies the others. Strategy 12 means nothing without Strategy 1. Strategy 20 doesn't work without Strategy 7. This is a framework, not a buffet. Start with 5 strategies, master them completely, then add 5 more, then 5 more. Within 90 days, you'll be operating at a level that 99% of people never reach. Not because you're special, because you executed when they got distracted. Your competition is reading this same information and doing nothing with it. They'll feel inspired for an afternoon, then go right back to scrolling and hoping and wishing. You're different. You're going to choose 5 strategies before this video ends. You're going to implement them tomorrow. You're going to track results weekly. You're going to adjust and optimize. That's the real secret. It's not about knowing more. It's about doing more with what you know. We've just covered 33 strategies that separate the 1% from everyone else. You now understand how winners architect their days, how they communicate with precision, how they build relationships that multiply results, how they create systems that make success inevitable. But understanding changes nothing. Execution changes everything. You're now someone who knows exactly what it takes to outperform 99% of people. The question is simple. What are you going to do with this knowledge? Pick 5 strategies. Implement them this week. Track your results. Adjust your approach. Then add 5 more. Your move. Make it count. The clock is ticking and your competition isn't waiting.